Swipe Up, episode 237, the podcast where I share my unfiltered thoughts on the latest news and entertainment updates. I'm your host, Ray Taylor. Disney sues Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, claiming government retaliation. The Walt Disney Company has sued Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and other officials. Disney accuses DeSantis of orchestrating a campaign of government retaliation against the company. Disney claims that DeSantis violates its protected speech. The feud began more than a year ago when Disney's former CEO said that he'd work to overturn a law banning discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity in school, also known as the Don't Say Gay Act. The law is called the Parental Rights and Education Act, but we all know it's the Don't Say Gay Act. Republican lawmakers passed a bill that stripped Disney of its self-governing authority, which never should have happened anyway. Disney never should have had to begin with. But that was done at DeSantis' urging to strip them of that. Before the law took effect, Disney signed a deal with its outgoing board, allowing it to retain development rights on the 40-square-mile district. DeSantis' handpicked board voted to invalidate that agreement. Moments later, Disney filed a 77-page lawsuit in federal court. Disney charged DeSantis and other officials with violations of the contracts clause, the takings clause, due process, and its First Amendment rights to protected speech. The company is asking a federal judge to declare the board's actions, quote, unlawful and unenforceable, end quote. The new district board heard from independent businesses or business owners who have restaurants and retail shops at Disney properties. Several of those business owners said that they were concerned new regulations and taxes could raise their costs and make their business unprofitable. Their raise in costs and taxes is because DeSantis decided to change to make it so Disney wasn't self-governed, where Disney was paying all of those taxes. But now that DeSantis decided to remove that, now all of those businesses are going to have to, taxes are going to go up in those areas because of what DeSantis decided to do, trying to hurt Disney, who they think it's insane that they think Disney is this super woke company where it's like they barely have side characters even mildly reference same-sex anything, which is not a very woke take to be, considering there have been movies about the LGBTQ lifestyle and characters and things of that nature for almost as long as films have been around, and Disney is only now in 2023 even mildly becoming accepting of things that aren't just your standard straight reality. So I think it's kind of funny how they think Disney is some kind of this ultra woke progressive company. But either way, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Business owners not very happy. The board chairman, Martin Garcia, told business owners their taxes would be going up in part to pay for legal fees related to DeSantis' dispute with Disney. So not only is it just standard because now they're going to have to, now that Disney's not subsidizing their taxes, they're also going up because DeSantis wants to sue, is in this ridiculous fight with Disney. It's absolutely ridiculous. In response to the lawsuit, DeSantis' communications director said this lawsuit is yet another unfortunate example of their hope to undermine the will of the Florida voters and operate outside the bounds of the law, which is a very not true thing to say. Bills to ban teaching about sexual orientation and gender identity on 7th and 8th grader banned gender studies classes and diversity programs in state-funded universities and require teachers to use pronouns of students for the gender in which they were born and ban the use of preferred pronouns are being considered. Republicans' supermajority in both House and Senate means that they will likely be able to pass almost any legislation on the right side of the aisle. DeSantis is expected to sign bills during this 2-month legislative session, including ending requirements for needing a permit to carry a firearm, making it easier to impose the death penalty on criminals, and mandating companies to use E-Verify to confirm a worker's legal status in the U.S. before hiring. The session could also see an increase in spending for a program transporting illegal migrants out of Florida to democratic enclaves, states, and sanctuary cities, basically raising taxes for human trafficking. It's insane. These people are insane. These people are insane. The laws are vague on purpose, allowing children to be kidnapped in their state. Seriously, these vague, the definition, the redefining of what child abuse is, while also making it punishable by death, and only requiring 8 of 10 jurors for a death penalty verdict to be placed on somebody, right? So the definition of what child abuse is very vague, right? Which includes, if you have a child who is trans, then you acknowledging that in any way is in Florida considered child abuse. And because of that, if you were to do anything to help your child live the life they want to live, you can not only be charged and sentenced to the death penalty, but now it doesn't take a majority, it doesn't take a unanimous vote from the jurors. They only need 8 out of 10. This is like they're setting up to make it legal to execute a minority of people in this country. And, you know, it's so easy to compare what's happening in states like Florida to Nazi Germany, but this is just because they're able to change laws to allow people to more easily be executed. They're still executing people that they are targeting. They're redefining things and they're labeling it, right? Of course, who would vote against somebody who is abusing children, right? Who would vote against those things? Nobody would. Nobody in their right mind would vote against something like that. But then when you realize what these definitions are, the reason why these bills are so vague is because they're not really trying to protect people. They're not like trying to protect kids from being abused, right? Like we're not necessarily, it's not about like catching these priests that are raping children, right? This bill is targeted, specifically vague enough, worded vague in a specific way that it targets families, allowing the government to kidnap children from families, allowing those families to then face the death penalty, and for the standards at which somebody is decided to be guilty and punishable by the death penalty, those standards are lowered. And there's delusional people in the world like Joe Rogan who think DeSantis is the most reasonable choice for president. One of the most fascist states in the country, one of the most fascist governors in the country. And there are people so deluded enough to think that that guy is reasonable, is absolutely insane. So just all of these things just making it easier for Florida to literally kill people that oppose their fascist dictators. Florida is insane, people. And they're not the only state. Texas is like right there with them. So many states are right there with Florida, doing all of the same things, pretending like they care about kids, and somehow convincing so many people that they care about kids when they don't care about kids. They at no point care about kids. All they care about is targeting and labeling a very small group of the population, labeling them as the target, labeling them as evil, and passing tons of bills that will do nothing to help the majority of citizens in this country, will do nothing to help protect children. It's insane. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Swipe Up, where it's happy joy time. At least I got some entertainment in there, right? I got some Black Mirror talk in there. But I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and insights on the latest news and entertainment updates. Please join the conversation, or don't, by leaving a comment or rating on your favorite podcast platform, or over on youtube.com/inspireddisorder. And don't be surprised if I just mute your... I probably just won't see it if I've already muted you, or if I mute you in the future. Either way, I'll see you next Thursday for more unfiltered thoughts and unique perspectives.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind